Hi, my name is Ebony Gilbert, and I am a writer on Batwoman.
We've got ourselves a Bat mission.
I grew up in Little Haiti, and it's not the glamorous part of Miami, Florida. Growing up surrounded by drugs and poverty and violence, the way that I made sense of the world was writing about it. When I was 9 years old, the very first piece I ever wrote was entitled Little Black Girl. I was conscious of who I am in this world. By the time I was in high school, I was working for the Miami Herald, and I would write about the disparities in our communities. I wrote an article for the Miami Times entitled Trayvon Martin, the modern day Emmett Till, because it was important for me to mirror things that were happening in the past that were still happening in our everyday lives. Trayvon Martin being from Florida, so that was something that, we really connected with. So I continued to tell those type of stories when I went on to college, and I immersed myself in Black literature when I was exposed to writers like Zora Neale Hurston and James Baldwin, and I was like, oh my gosh, they have voices like mine, and I became obsessed. And even though everyone thought I'd pursue a career in journalism, I was like, you know what, I can reach a greater audience through film and TV. So I decided, okay, I'll go to film school. Keep in mind, I knew nothing about how to even write a script, but I was like, let me take this leap of faith.
Seriously?
That would have been a 10 if you stuck the landing.
And I wrote my very first screenplay in Microsoft Word. Yes, Microsoft Word. And to my surprise, I got into every grad program that I applied to, including Loyola Marymount University in Los Angeles. And I was so excited. I was ready to go. But I thought, girls from the hood don't go off to get their MFAs in feature film writing.
I don't see the Batwoman in you. And maybe that's because I don't see the you in Batwoman.
I thought my head was in the clouds. I thought I was just dreaming. You need to get something tangible, something that you are guaranteed to pay these bills. So I ended up going back to Miami, back to my old community, and I started to work at my old high school. And I had students who were in gangs. I had students who were already pregnant, and I was working with them every single day. And one day the principal came to me and she was like, what are you doing? These students are showing up, they are improving, they are motivated. What's your secret? And I was like, I don't have a secret. All I am telling them is that they can pursue whatever their heart desires.
You matter. I see you, and you are meant for so much more than this.
But I felt like a hypocrite because I wasn't pursuing all of my own dreams. So I called the grad program back up and I said, can I still come? And they were like, of course you can. We held your spot.
Let me make some upgrades to the Batmobile.
Okay, now you're being crazy again.
So I moved from Miami with $100, a suitcase, and a mission. And that's to continue to tell stories about marginalized communities. So to be on the show where I'm doing that, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so happy that I took that leap of faith. It's such a privilege to be working in this field and telling these stories from my own perspective. We are always taught to write from a personal place, and that's important because you want stories to be authentic. And while it's a gift for me, it's also a gift for other people because you want those stories to truly resonate. So the takeaway is to continue to hire writers of color, to continue to make sure that all spaces at every level have people from every background, because in return, we're only telling better stories that way. And we're making the entire world feel like their voices matter. So that's incredibly important to me. And I'm very, very grateful to be in the position that I am in.
The city needs hope, Luke. Hell, we all need it. Give me a chance, and I can bring that hope back to Gotham.